What's happening, fam? LAR movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled A Happy Life Equals a Long Life. It took me some time to get here. But, I'm observant. And I realize happy people have better lives. And for the most part, happy people have longer lives. Now, what I mean by that, happiness is a choice. We're all going to have to deal with adversity in life. We're all going to have pain. We're all going to have agony. We're all going to have loss. We're all going to have trying times. But when I look around, I don't see a lot of happy people. And that lack of happiness ages you. The lack of happiness, people wear it on their face. And I've been there where, anger, pain, stress or whatever what consumed my thoughts in my day. And it weighs on you. Some people gain weight. Some people get sick a lot. Some people, you age like overnight. You're so stressed out. You have breakdowns and your mental health is not the best. But I've never seen happy people have these kind of issues. I've never seen a happy person age bad. I've never seen a happy person, be mentally unstable. I think a sense of humor is a very healthy thing to have. The ability to deal with life's trials and tribulations and still be able to laugh is, I think, a secret to longevity in life. Because I've never seen happy. I've seen happy people who handle stress a whole lot better. It's like, hey, it's gonna happen. It's life. It's funny. I had to grow to that space, but I've been around enough happy people to realize that they're not. They have the same problems that angry people have, but it's how they chose to deal with them that's different. Happy people are joyous to be around. Now, I will say it's touchy because, some people will make that point that, some people are happy in public and miserable in private. I get that. Because in some ways, I've also learned if you're a jovial type of individual in a society that's really pessimistic, to say the least, people will drain you from your joy because they need it. And it'll call, and you'll realize everybody will take your happiness and give you their pain in return. It's kind of like being a therapist, a psychologist. At some point they need to dump all that emotion out of themselves because they're taking on people's problems. People are not going to therapists to tell them happy shit. Man, let me tell you what happened today. I had the best day of my life. We could talk about this for an hour. I got to pay you to talk about this. That doesn't happen. I love this song. But ultimately, I see happy people who look younger than they are. You know, happy people don't you know, how old are you? For real? And they sitting there giggling. I know, but they realize, you know, they can enjoy themselves. You know, and I think one of the things about this, to me, that's key, is when you deal with difficulty, don't get too caught up in the vice, because some people, some people will abuse alcohol because they're during a time of difficulty. That worsens your problems. Some people do drugs. It worsens your problems. You know, some people may get so stressed they overeat. It worsens your problems. Some people go through times of difficulty. They look for sex as a release, and they have too much sex, and that probably worsens the problems, because you might be reckless and everything, and then you create more, and that creates a domino effect of more drama than actual good. You know, and we say, you know, everything, too much of something is too much of anything is a bad thing. But can that actually apply to happiness? You know, are you too happy? Because I laugh when people say that person's too happy, because if it comes from a sincere place, it's not that they're too happy, it's that you can't fathom being that happy because you're miserable. Just in my opinion, you know. But another thing, happy people seem to be more confident, and they'll attempt to try things that are new. You know, they being happy keeps you open to new experiences and possibilities in life, so you can actually enjoy the ride. You know, being unhappy, it's you're trying to hold on to something that was never meant to be held on. You're trying to put life in a box, and life is not something that you can put into a box. There's too many possibilities in life to put life in a box to make you comfortable, because you may be insecure about your particular situation, you know. So that's the thing. You know, happy people do more for other people, and sometimes when you give, you know, and you spread it, it kind of it keeps the good vibe going. You know, you try to pay it forward. You know, and I will say sometimes happy people need to back up a little bit in society. I think happy people need to back up a little bit. I must be tripping. Need to back up a little bit in society, because sometimes you need your own space to re-energize yourself, because, you know, happy people need to keep themselves happy, and sometimes, you know, they're their best line of defense around all of the bitterness that goes on in the world. So I get that exists, but I also get that, you know, those seems to be the best lives, longer lives, best quality of life, you know, because people who are poor to people who are rich, you know, a miserable person is self-destructive. You know, that's just the reality of it. A person who's jovial is, you know, enjoying the pleasures of every day, like from the smallest things to the biggest things. Kind of like having a childlike mentality where everything is great, grand, and new. And I think that energy itself keeps you young. And because that energy keeps you young, it keeps you vibrant, and you live longer. And the crazy part about it is, you might not start out that way, but you can get into that space. You can work your way into a space where you choose to be happy and watch yourself have a better life and feel better and look better and dress better and act better and create better moments and better memories and change the whole dynamic of your life. So don't worry, be happy. But that's just my opinion on that, man. I got things to do. I'm gonna go kick it, I guess. I don't know. I'm out.